She goes to a citation,
Mhm.
and the deputy puts down the location of the incident. So if it's Beach Road, west of Green Bay Road, then that meets the criteria that we're looking for. So I just have to wait for the clerk to go through that information.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
So you mentioned rescues at the American Inn. What type of rescues? Is it drug-related overdoses or?
There's not been anything that I have seen, because that would meet the requirements of the nuisance ordinance. There's nothing that I've seen that shows that those type of incidents since we had last talked.
So
I
what,
was hoping the chief was here tonight because I was going to ask.
what constitutes a rescue then?
It could be someone feeling ill, it could be someone that's passed out that
Oh.
alcohol, which wouldn't necessarily meet the criteria.
Okay.
Other things that we looked at, Mr. Huber sent over the 7 criteria that would meet the ordinance,
Mhm.
and that would not fall under that.
Oh.
Doesn't mean that's not a significant report,
Mm-hmm.
but things that I want to make sure that we're getting to the staff to bring to the board for that purposes.
Okay.
Some people are using rescue as in lieu of driving themselves to urgent care or whatever. It's the taxi service to get to the hospital. Yeah.
And a lot of mental health calls.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Thank you.
But the 7 things that you mentioned, is that something that could be shared with us so we're on the same page?
Yeah, sure. It's in the ordinance. It's
Yeah.
in the village code.
Yeah.
We can send that to you.
The also with regards to the American Inn, the administrator and I did receive a copy from the property owner of an action plan to deal with nuisance problems and the like. I just had a cursory look at it before the meeting tonight, and we'll dive into a little deeper and see if we can. One of the items that came up was evicting troubled people, and we all know that process doesn't happen overnight either. So, but anyway, that they have complied with that request, and now we're reviewing it. So,
Well, the problem that's always been regarding evicting the troubled people, the troubled people are never the one registered for the room.
right.
It's visitors.
Yeah.
Klingons.
Well, and
Charities,
they did-
whoever else, right.
Catholic
They did,
Charities
yeah.
Still leasing out rooms there?
That part I'm not sure.
Yeah, Catholic Charities will house people there because it's an expensive place to live. But with regard to the visitors and guests, they did talk about a trespass process. So if they've got somebody that they need trespass, they are taking a step to make it known. So
Okay.
we'll see if that bears any fruit. Okay.
I appreciate everyone's efforts on this and, keeping this on the radar. Because I know we have a lot of very unhappy residents with this business.
Yep.
I've said it before, and, it's not one black eye, it's 2 black eyes to the community.
Yeah.
And that's a lovely corner there with potential. And American Inn isn't doing the Village of Beach Park for the rest.
Plus, I think it's negative for the businesses that are
Mhm.
positive, and doing things the right way. It
Sure.
can't be helpful to McDonald's. It can't be helpful to
It
Casey's.
wasn't helpful to CVS.
No, and not to mention what it does to our residents that live in that immediate area.
Probably good for the liquor store.
Gotta find that.
I had to say that, didn't I?
Yeah, that's okay. We like it.
Okay.
And anything else? I was glad to see the progress going on over at the Tractor Supply.
Mm-hmm.
I was very pleased when I went by there a couple days ago to see where they were at. I think originally they were hoping that they were ready to go by November or November. But let's hope for January, But things look pretty good over there.
I think January is realistic.
Yeah.
They're still hoping for December, but of course, ComEd's holding them up.
Well, I went by there yesterday and I'm seeing January.
Of course. Of course. they are.
But you know what? Hey, that's going to be a nice little asset to the village, and folks are happy about this.
Well, they can't pave though much longer. They couldn't do the parking lot.
Paving's in.
Yeah. that's
Oh, is it
all
paved?
right.
Oh.
Well, at least the binder course, I'm not sure it's done, but it's sufficient.
Okay, well, they could do that next week.
Right, yeah.
We're having warm temps, so.
Mhm.
What else was I gonna bring up? That outfit over there on Green Bay Road. How's that going? It looks like they are still
Talking-
doing everything
talking
they
about-
possibly can
The suit has
to
been
put a
filed.
thorn.
Yeah, suit has been filed.
Yeah.
And they've been served. It's going to take some time.
Yeah.
We're in court though.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, oh boy,
Is this the one on Beach Road?
Yeah,
on Green Bay,
Okay.
yeah, the one where the
right
house
by the
burned
airport.
adjacent, yeah.
I mean, it's just one day they look like they're trying to clean things up, and then 2 days later, they have 10 loads
Mm-hmm.
and now covered with tarps.
Yeah, and we're still taking enforcement action, as needed to for every time something else happens. And, as
There were buyers that were willing to take that property.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is, but, all right,
Okay,
that concludes my report. Thank you very much.
all right, very good. On to Public Works, Trustee Addison.
I had a report, but Linda used all my time. No, there's nothing on the agenda for tonight. Pat, if you have anything that's other than things are going well, and I haven't fallen in any potholes lately, so it's they're doing their job.
Salt barn's full.
Salt barn's full, ready for action.
Yep, trucks are being cleaned up and plows are on them. We're ready to go. We went out for a minute last Monday.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And, so far, so good.
Is the salt barn all painted now?
It is all painted.
Awesome.
Good deal.
Okay, that's concludes my report.
Thanks, sir. TIF committee did meet tonight. Just initial phases of working on the phase 2 study and for the, I'm sorry, I should probably say, for the Sheridan Road multi-use path. And so just a quick meeting with Baxter Woodman, a representative, and discussing funding and next steps. So more to come. Staff reports, we have nothing on the agenda. Anything?
Nothing
Okay.
Mayor, thank you.
No old business. We have one item of new business. Take it away, Mark.
We'll tag team it, Attorney Frill and myself, but this, with the recent paid leave for all by the state, goes into effect January 21st. So this is a belt and suspenders approach to ensuring that we don't get caught having to provide for 40 hours of leave for everybody. This ordinance here would allow for a total of 8 hours for part-time employees, since everyone else that's employed by the village has some type of leave benefit that meets or exceeds the act. But it'll provide for every 40 hours worked, they get 1 hour leave up to 8 in any given year. And it'll be the employee policy manual will be updated. And I don't know if you want any additional comments, Jim, but
Sure. Beginning January 1st of 2024, all employers in the state must provide employees 1 hour of paid leave per 40 hours of work. That's full-time employees. And what the act provides is that both non-home rule and home rule municipalities can sort of exempt themselves from the coverage of the act if they have policies in place that already provide leave to their employees. So Beach Park, through its personnel manual, provides a paid leave to its full-time employees that exceed the requirements of the act. What this ordinance does is affirm and adopt those policies in our personnel manual in ordinance form to essentially be covered under the exception, which says that if you have an ordinance that provides leave to employees, you don't have to follow the act. But what Mark identified is the act requires leave for all employees, full-time, part-time, seasonal, temporary, et cetera. So you have to provide some form of leave to all of them. So what's being recommended to all the municipalities we represent, and really what most communities are doing, is adopting a very minimal form of leave for the part-timers, which is this 1 hour of leave per 40 hours worked, up to 1 full day a year. So this gets you out of complying with the act, gets you covered by the act in a way that doesn't really change things significantly. And we really have to get it approved before the first of the year. All communities are doing this November, December. There was hope that, so the act itself exempt school districts and park districts. No one can really figure that out. So the league made a push to get municipalities exempted in this veto session, this recent veto session in the legislature. That was unsuccessful. Then there was an effort to get the start date moved from January 1st, 2024 to, I believe, July 1st, 2024, to give communities time to sort of figure things out. That was rejected. So we're covered by the act. There is this way to get out from under the stringent requirements by sort of affirming what you've done. Most communities, like Beach Park, most municipalities have pretty generous leave policies for their full-time employees. So you're not getting away with anything by any stretch. You've already provided what this act calls for. So this is required, and I can certainly answer any questions.
Well, I guess we'll start with a motion to approve ordinance 2023-021, an ordinance regarding the Illinois Paid Leave for All Workers Act for the Village of Beach Park.
So moved.
A motion by trustee Addison, second by trustee Gus. Discussion?
I have a question.
Sure.
40-hour work week, and you had mentioned that this is also for part-time. I know we've always had part-time folks that come in over just summer hours. And so is that going to be excluded then?
No, they would get 1 hour per 40 hours worked, up
Okay.
to 8 hours. So over there, I guess you're kind of talking about seasonal people, right? For
Yeah,
the summer,
seasonal,
those
yeah,
kinds of
just
things.
summer
Yeah.
help that, we,
They
Same
would,
thing
they
with
would earn a
the-
few hours.
Same thing with the snowplow drivers that work part-time only,
Yes,
snowstorms. Yep,
right.
same thing.
So-
Anyone that works for any business in the state of Illinois. So if you work 3 hours a week at Starbucks or a pet grooming place or a liquor store or whatever, this new law applies to everybody that works in Illinois and all employers in the state. So, except for school districts and park districts.
It's going to land hard on the employers that don't have policies in place already,
Right?
that's the thing.
like you do.
Yep. Yep. So, all right.
I wonder why the schools and the park districts were excluded.
Better lobby.
Better lobby. Stronger. They must have the firefighters lobbying for them.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to keep us here for another hour on that one.
Yeah. Ah, all right. Any other discussion? All right. Roll call, please.
Trustee Miller,
Aye.
Trustee Addison,
Aye.
Trustee Siddick,
Aye.
Trustee Wells,
Aye.
Trustee Gust,
Aye.
Trustee Johnson.
All right. Now it's time for citizens wishing to address the board. Carrie? We already heard from Phil. All right. Well, then we'll move on. We don't have any cause for executive sessions, so
It'd be my honor and pleasure to offer a motion to adjourn.
we have that motion.
Second.
We have a second by trustee Siddick. Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.
Go Bears.
Go Bears.
Someday we're going to get back to the promised land.
You know what?
You know?
I think once every 30 to 40 years.
Traffic.